What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, something I want to talk about. There's a lot of conversations going around. I've noticed, especially in the comment sections and other places, that people are now a little bit upset about some of the nerfing that's happening. Let me tell you guys why this is essential. And before we do that real quick, I do want to show you guys a few different things and why this essentially needs to happen. The nerfing has to happen, and Netmarble is kind of handling it really well. So bear with me for a second. I'm just going to go through this, okay? Real quick. Right here, you guys can see that it's Alpha Leaker's got a few different things for us. So part 2 summer skins in the game release. Chroma's new job tip from me. So these are the things that are happening in the leak that he provided. So make sure you take a look at that. Here is a brand new skill that's coming out as well too, just so everyone is aware. That's the skill look right there, and the skill itself is right here. The video, you guys can see the skill. It looks pretty damn cool, I have to admit. That is like a mini mutilate version plus that right there. That right there is the one we're talking about, to be quite honest. And a few other things coming up. And now look, he's got like, I'm hoping this new job is something that's going to be like as cool as the Rebel leader one. I love that look, by the way. That cyberpunk look was amazing, and I still rock it quite a bit. So you guys can see here, he looks amazing, looks badass. So I'm hoping that we get some more information very soon. So shout out to Alpha Leaker for that. Now, the reason why I brought this up, and the reason why I'm saying nerfs need to happen, or no, sorry, not nerfs. Yeah, nerfs to content needs to happen, is simply this. We all know that in September, if you look at the roadmap, we have ourselves a very, very big enemy coming. As a matter of fact, the biggest enemy so far to this point in the game, and probably going to devastate the player base quite a bit. And I really, really, truly mean that. Brace yourselves, because I think Alpha Leaker, first off, there's a cool picture of me. Alpha Leaker has noted this a while ago. I'm talking about like a long time ago. The fact that when September hits and Baron comes out, yeah, Demon King Baron, we're going to be required to most likely have 1 million plus power to even compete. Now, you guys can see here, there's the roadmap, higher floor, Demon Castle, Baron episode. This is going to shake the foundation of the game, and I'm telling you this right now. If you are complaining about the difficulty of the game now, you're going to complain about it even more. And this is why nerfs need to happen, okay? So let me show you guys an example here. This is what he said. No wonder Baron comes in September. According to current data in the files, workshop floor 75 up to 100. Normal mode requires 915 up to 1.33 million. That used to scare the crap out of people in June 20th, but now we have some players that are around 900 plus, 950 plus CP. So those players, the mega whales, are going to be ready for this, okay? And they're going to get more even as soon as things come out. The average player, the majority, the 99.99999% of us are not ready for this. We're not ready for this, and we're not going to be ready for this. This is going to make Vulcan, in my opinion, look like a joke. It really will. So when you guys are seeing like nerfs like this happen, where their Workshop Rebellion Light hard mode is being nerfed, right? Not here, sorry. It was where was this nerf? Was it this one? Yeah, right here, right? When they're lowering the difficulty for hard mode, when they're lowering the difficulty for certain storylines, for events, which events should happen in nerfs anyways, because it should never be that hard. It's supposed to be a for fun scenario. When they're lowering things like that, you have to understand it's to prepare you for future content, because the last thing you want to do is be stuck, and I mean this, is be stuck still doing hard mode when Baron comes out. You want to at least, at the very least, be ready to tackle the lowest end content for Baron, and that's what they want you to be able to do. Just imagine this. Imagine it comes out and you're not even able to beat Vulcan normal. You would 110% quit if you're a veteran player. Of course, if you're a new player, it makes more sense, right? And honestly, they've been handling the new player like coming into the game fairly well, because they're giving a lot of rewards. They're giving a lot of free outfits. For example, level 65 free outfits for the summer thing, both accessories and outfits. Like when I started my rare account, which I, by the way, stopped playing, it's just I don't have the time for it. I got to chapter 15, no problem. I was almost about to beat it, but I was running with 2 curse because I was able to get those from the salvage shop. Now they're giving away free level 65 legendaries for both accessories and like when we started, we never had that, right? So Netmarble knows how to kind of, set expectations. And they're doing, and honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. Yeah, they're messing up a lot lately. I'm not taking that away. They need to smarten up with a lot of things they're doing. But one thing they're doing really, really well is helping everybody get ready for future content. And I'm going to just set you guys an example here, right? Free-to-play account right over here, right? This is my free-to-play account. When I first started this, easy mode was not easy. Vulcan was actually hard, right? Like it was a hard mode to beat. Now I'm beating normal mode with no blessings. So it's like you can see the progression, the level of progression easily happen here. And it's that kind of like, and that's what you need. Sorry, I was trying to get Westman on here. That's the level of progression you need as a player, a free-to-play player especially. Whales are always going to be able to dominate. Whales are always going to be able to pay through everything. As free-to-play players, if you plan to stay true free-to-play, that you don't have that same level of luxury. You need the devs to intervene. At the end of the day, this game is a math game. It's math, right? It's defense, attack, etc. It's a math game. It's just math with code and pretty looks. If the math doesn't math, and they've designed it where you have no possible chance of getting through it, you're not going to get through it unless you pay. So I know a lot of people are upset about the nerfing, but I'm being real. It has to happen. It has to happen. Whether you like it or not, the real luxury comes from, as a veteran player, as a whale, your real luxury comes from the fact that you get to finish content ahead of time. You get, profiles. You get yourself, avatars. You get yourself your name put on a web page. There's certain cosmetic benefits, right? And there are obviously some non-cosmetic and actual like gameplay benefits as well too. So there's a lot that comes with being a whale. Like there's a lot of benefits, but let's be real. As much as whales fund the game and whales control what happens in terms of finances, you need free to play. You need free to play to keep the game afloat, because if there are no free to play players to play, the game will die, because 99% of players are free to play. And that's not an exaggeration on a number. That's a real number. Like I won't say 99. Let's just say 90% of players are free to play players, right? And you have to understand, whales play games that are alive. Whales don't want to play games that are dead. So like you have to understand, nerfs need to happen. So I know a lot of whales are upset about the nerfs, and I know some free to play and dolphins are upset too, because it's not challenging enough anymore for them. But hey, listen, if you are not challenged right now, you're not the majority. You are literally a pro player or somebody who has had a lot of time in this game already, and you are definitely better than most players currently in this game. Because I can tell you now, being a content creator and seeing what I see, doing account reviews, handling people, helping people be content, I can assure you now, most people are not ready for endgame content, even now to this point. So nerfing is essential, and Netmarble understands that. I think. Sorry, I meant to do this one. Netmarble understands that. They know that, and they're going to continue. They're going to continue to do this. This is part of the evolution of how this game is going to work. You're going to see a lot of nerfing happen, and that's just how it is, right? So guys, before you really judge a nerf, understand that it's a business move, right? And I mean, you can judge, by all means judge. You can definitely say this is a shitty move, it's stupid. Like you're obviously more than welcome to say it, and you have every right to be upset. It's your game, it's your community. This is your time and effort that you put into this. Everyone has a reason to explain, but I'm just giving you the reasons why, right? Like there's always good to know why something is going on and why it's important that it's happening. And I think Netmarble doesn't do a very good job of doing that. They don't explain the why, they just give us the because. And I want to just give people the why and the reason behind it. And I think it's very important that people differentiate the difference between a pro player, an everyday player, and a common everyday free-to-play player. There's a very big difference. Hell, there's even whales, who will spend for the ability to just do better in the game, but just don't have the skills or common knowledge because it's their first gacha. Like, perfect example, right? And you've seen this if you watch any of my account reviews. You've seen this. This has been very apparent that there are a lot of whales who just don't know what they're doing because this is their first gacha, and what got them into the game wasn't the gacha aspect, it was the IP. And IPs are very, very strong and very manipulative and very powerful in attracting players who have never touched a certain type of game to come and join. So please guys, before you judge, the nerfing, you have to remember, if you are one of those pro players who have had the luxury of playing hundreds of gachas before you got into this one, you understand the concepts, the stats, etc. There's probably one of you for every 1,000 of the ones who's never touched one before. So anyways, I just want to talk about this, and I just want to explain why nerfing is essential. I don't blame Netmarble for nerfing. I think it's important for a lot of players. And again, in order to retain your audience, you kind of need to follow this ebb and flow, or else you're going to be left behind with people who are going to be very pissed and unable to complete and then just leave your game. Because at the end of the day, even though there are a lot of free-to-play players, those free-to-play players are always potential customers to become buyers, right? And that's how they look at it. Yes, you're free-to-play today, but tomorrow you might be a whale. Right? That's all it takes. So from a business perspective, it makes sense. From a community perspective, it makes sense. For the pro players who are annoyed at the nerfs, you got to understand how business works. This is the only way to really get it done, right? Imagine if they left easy, normal, and hard mode the way it's been. Nobody would finish it except for the major whales. And that is a no bueno for your game. Anyways, guys, just wanted to talk about this real quick. Shout out to you guys. Remember, there's a podcast coming this Friday. My boy Zaf, No Goody Man, is a special guest, and our boy Saitama will be joining us as a special host as well too. Payne will be absent for that podcast. Maybe we'll come in halfway. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.